in front of the rogue. "Come on," said Shade, frowning. "Whatever happened to bros before hoes?" I balked. "Where are you learning this crap?" A little fox girl in white robes holding a silver staff politely raised her hand. "My bad," said Carrie. "He keeps pestering me to learn more phrases of the Chosen." "What can I say?" said Shade. "It's a pretty great party trick at the pub." An ostentatious cough cut through the conversation. Our helmsman for hire, a mustachioed mercenary, stood by the ship's steering wheel, grumbling. "Just because the enemy ship isn't picking us up on their radar doesn't mean you can sit around and twiddle your thumbs. I took this job to make money, not to die. Are we going to proceed?" The grumpy NPC navigator was right. We were currently burning as little mana fuel as possible to stay afloat, relying on the sails and the wind to keep us moving forward. Standard Illyrian radar-detected ships based off mana usage. So long as you used less than a certain threshold, you were undetectable, at least until the enemy spotted you the old-fashioned way. "Crank the engine and get us close enough to board," I yelled to the helmsman. "It's go time." The curmudgeonly sky pilot nodded his head and turned away from the wheel and adjusted the levers of the crystal mana engine. The ship shook and sped through the air. The wind whipped our hair back. The motor roared. "All right, guys," I yelled. "We've done this before. The ship will swoop in and we'll board, taking out the fighters. We have to keep an eye on the turret, make sure none of the crew members play hero, and go for a Hail Mary, taking us and the ship with it." Each of the party members nodded along. "Lastly, and most importantly, we stop fighting as soon as the crew surrenders. We'll let them leave on their escape vessels. We're fighting a battle on two fronts here, the physical war and the mental war. Arethkar has enslaved the players who spawned on its continent out of fear they would harm their way of life. We need to show them the Chosen aren't pure evil. We need to show them we are capable of compassion and empathy like them. Got it?" Everybody nodded once again. Perfect timing, as the Horizon's Dream was flying directly over the supply vessel. "Now comes the fun part," grinned Serena. She bent over and let Carrie get onto her back. "See you two down there." The warrior ran to the deck and, with Carrie clutching onto her shoulders, jumped into the clouds. "As someone without a double jump ability," Shade yelled over the wind, "I have to say I find this whole process rather unappealing." I picked up some rope tied around a metal cleat and handed it to him. Who needs a special jump skill when you have rope? Says the airy who can cushion all of his falls. I got a great new phrase for my world to teach you. Perfect for this very occasion. "Oh yeah?" he said, his eyebrows raising. "How does it go?" I walked to the edge of the ship and looked back at my Lorana companion. "It goes like this." And as I jumped off into the sky, I said, "Don't hate the player, hate the game." I dove through the clouds, the wind lashing against my free-falling body. I barrel-flipped so I was falling feet first. Next, I channeled my mana towards the bottom of my feet. At first, I was falling so fast the ability was unable to fully break the fall, but it did lessen the intensity. I was gliding more than descending to my demise. Serena and Carrie landed on the deck with a loud thud, kick-starting the battle beneath my feet. Soldiers yelled, rifles fired. I created a puddle of mana under the soles of my boots, forming a strong enough platform for me to break my fall and jump again. I created a stairway of mana platforms until I landed on the deck. I was greeted with a beam of light shooting past my head. It was a soldier across the deck. Serena lifted her leg and pounded her foot into the chest of the soldier, pushing him back. The warrior regained his balance and rushed at her with his battle axe. With both hands gripped tightly on the hilt of her massive sword, she thrust the blade forward, denting the soldier's metal plating and taking a wallop of points off of his health points. Another warrior came at her from the opposite end, and Serena swung her sword, triggering her favorite ability, Blade Tornado.